Recording in progress. Hey guys, Jennifer Hobbs here. I'm getting ready to go get my kids from school and sit in the line waiting to pick them up for a while. Those of you that pick your kids up, you know just how fun that is. But I'm very grateful, very thankful, not complaining, because I totally multitask while I'm in that line. I had to get on here, make sure I make a video. Good grief, I can't even talk. I have started my podcast right now. My podcast is available. Be sure to go subscribe to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many more. Gosh, I'm a hot mess right now. It's called Celebrate the Struggle, and you have to subscribe. You have to feel, you gotta feel, see what is wrong with me. I could stop the video and start all over, but I won't. Like I'm bringing you as I am, hot mess and all. So celebrate the struggle, subscribe. You have got to hear these stories, subscribe and share, because I am so glad I started this podcast. So glad. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I started it. I started this podcast because I want to be able to share my story more. But inevitably, I want to be able to share other people's stories and connect with other people so we can shed understanding and enlightenment out in the world, so that we can then just be of best support and empathetic, mindful, be listeners. All of these things I want for people to get from it. But I also want the people that are struggling and haven't been able to find the celebration in their struggle. I hope that they get hope from it, and just know that you got a choice. You got a path. You got a path to choose. And it's a tough one when you realize you can either go this way and do the difficult route of post-traumatic growth rather than sitting stagnant in a place that doesn't feel good, or you don't take that path. And in that case, you end up choosing this path, and it's sad and isolated and uncomfortable, and it feels hopeless sometimes, and you don't feel worthy, all these different things. So I hope that people get hope from it. Okay. So I have had some, 7 to 10 podcasts so far. They're in the bank. They're ready to go. I am so excited. I cannot wait till December 8th to air the first one. So I'm going to go ahead and break the rules on that and air the first one on the 7th, since it's the anniversary of the first day of the deployment that my unit had in 2004. But these stories are incredible. They leave me just in awe and kind of struggling to find the words, but that's because I am thankful and grateful. And what I wanted to get from this podcast and these connections, it's happening. Just like when I was writing my book, and I was like, man, I really hope people get this from Calmed Growth After Trauma. I hope they get this. I hope they can take away this. And then it happened. And all these people are giving me all this feedback, and they're getting from my book what I wanted them to get. So then to see that happen with my podcast, to see that what I wanted to get from it, what I wanted people to get from it, it's happening. And then I realized, well, duh, Jennifer, it's happening because you had that awakening, that calling, that this is what you need to do. You need to step out and start sharing your voice more and encouraging other people to share their voice and their story. And so because I got real uncomfortable and did that, here I am doing it. And you're going to hear these stories and they are gonna rock your socks off like they have mine. And so I'm on here today to say this. I am so grateful. I am so grateful for this life, this moment, these connections, and this calling that's been put on my heart. Days continue to be life. It is a struggle. It can be hard sometimes even harder than others. But then I have these moments where I realize it's all worth it. So I'm going to celebrate the struggle. I'm going to celebrate the fact that the morning got off to a rough start. So here I am. I am grateful. I am grateful. Thank you. I hope you have a good day. I really got to eat some more food. I have had